the set of rational numbers. The main purpose of numbers in general, they handle the question how much or how many. So for that we use symbols, we use or we represent by pictures the idea of numbers. Therefore we have to start from by counting numbers, like by counting objects. It can be one or two, three, and so on. Okay, so these counting numbers, are called or are represented by n, which is natural numbers. Okay, so but the problem with this natural number, it doesn't solve or it doesn't solve or put into consideration real life phenomena where nothingness is involved. For example, if you don't have anything, so how do you represent that nothingness? Okay, so for that we have to extend our thinking to another number. So we don't have nothingness, we don't have any representation for nothingness in case of a natural number, or even we don't have any number that represent, for example, if you take temperature 0 degree centigrade, if you just consider the temperature, and even if you have, for example, 0 degree latitude or 0 degree longitude in geometry, I mean in geography, you don't have that zero representing those real life phenomena. Okay, maybe at sea level. Okay, usually 0 is 0 degrees at sea level, right? Sea level. Okay, so we don't have such thing in natural number. Natural number couldn't address those problems, so we have to think our numbers to the one that include the natural number plus or including 0. So this is represented by whole numbers. This is represented by whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers. Whole number includes natural number and zeros. All right. Okay, but the problem is still this whole number couldn't address the physical phenomena where negative numbers are involved. For example, if you how do you represent the loss? Okay, how do you represent the loss if you lost? How do you represent in business, for example, a debt? Okay, how do you represent this thing? Okay, how do you represent the debt? How do you represent the credit? Okay, how? Even for example, if you want to still, if I've mentioned the same thing, temperature, how do you express -5 degrees centigrade? If you want to express the situation or the temperature where it's too cold or much colder than even 0 degrees centigrade, so you don't have this thing in a whole number. So whole number is incapable of solving those or representing those problems. So we have to extend our thinking of numbers to negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, and so on. So this is again represented by the symbol z. It's called integer. Okay, it's called integer. Integer includes whole numbers and natural numbers. Or even we don't have the opposite sense of natural numbers. All right, so it's not the end. This is not the end. This is not the end. We still have again real life phenomena or real life situation which is required to take a part. Okay, part of a whole. All right, we need to for example, if you have this whole, okay, let's be cake, and then if you want to take for example 1 2 3 of the whole, this is the third part was 4, and if 1 2 3 4, there's no such thing, there's no such representation in integer. Integer lacks this thing. Okay, we can't express parts of a whole. Even this is a representative, another way of representing parts of a whole still a fraction is decimal, is a fractal, which is parts of the whole. Maybe you have 0 0.57, 0 0.9 stuff. Therefore, we have to think our number system to furthermore. Okay, so that's represent the let by half, 1/3, and so on and so on, or fraction decimal 0 0.9 by rational numbers. Okay, by rational numbers. So rational number includes integer, whole number, and because we still have even 3 is a rational number because there is 1 under. Since it is a standard, we don't have to write. Okay, so this is our rational number. So this is it. So this is our title. Okay, the set of rational number as a revision. But still, this is not the end. The point is, this is not still the end. Okay, there is we do have, for example, the part. For example, look at this one. If you have a circle, and then if you want to divide the circumference after you measure the circumference, okay, by its diameter, you have some number which is constant. It's almost the same number. Whatever circle you took, the ratio of the circumference to the diameter is still the same. Okay, that is in mathematics is pi. Okay, we don't have pi in our rational number is incapable of to express or to represent this pi, which is 3.14, and it's continued. And then if you also have right angle triangle, like isosceles right angle triangle whose magnitude is 1, that's in units maybe, let's take. So the hypotenuse is 1 squared plus 1 squared, which is 2. But we don't have this thing in rational number. Rational number in this case is incapable of expressing this thing. Okay, so we have to think more than even rational number. Okay, there's also another number, okay, in this case. So that is called irrational number. Okay, we do have irrational number. Still this is continuous. Okay, but the point is the combination of this rational number and irrational number is still in general expressed as real number. Okay, is expressed as real number. But the real number is not the end. Even the real number by itself is not the end. Real number couldn't address for the situation. For example, if the square of a number is, let it be -1, this is in real life, this is meaningless. This is undefined. But we do have this thing in real life. Okay, whenever we solve. Therefore, there is another number that treats this as a number, the square root of -1 as a number, which of course complex number, you will learn this in a higher grade. Okay, so for this is the reason why we extend our numbers. Okay, that's why we extend our numbers from natural number to whole number, from whole number to integer. Even when after a complex number, this is of course complex number, this is a two-dimensional number, but still we have this is not complete triangle. It should be it should be incomplete. I mean, it should extend in all directions, because we do have 3D number, we do have 16D numbers. All right, that you learn in a higher grade. For this level, I think the set of rational number and maybe up to real number would be